Good evening, everyone. Meteorologist Jeremy Baker here. David, how are you so ready all the time with your jokes? How can you tell the difference between a crocodile and an alligator? Easy. One will see you later, the other will see you in a while. Oh, I love it. You must have a book of jokes, right? Or several. All right. We'll start with the weather impact alert. You can see this says Saturday storms, and it is looking like it's going to be more like a late Friday night into Saturday morning kind of event. And the main threat out of these would be the large damaging hail. And it looks like the main threat is going to be northwest of San Antonio, but we'll get to that in just a little bit. First, let's talk about the Final Forecast. If you're heading down to the Final Four games or anything outside really into this weekend, we're looking at another hot day tomorrow. Hello, Kevin. How are you doing? Hot day tomorrow, 91 degrees. Could have a few isolated showers to storms during the day. Most of it, I think, is going to occur later at night. But then it's Friday night into Saturday morning. You see that 60% chance of morning storms on Saturday, maybe a leftover one in the afternoon. 74 behind the cold front that's going to bring us the storms. And then Sunday, breezy and 66 for a high. Nice break from the heat. And then we start warming up on Monday back to 73. So for the weekend, if you're doing anything outside or going to the Final Four, definitely keep your eyes to the skies or your KENS 5 app, just in case for those storms, especially during the late night Friday and early morning Saturday. It's hard to say exactly when, Drew. I'm thinking the best time for it in San Antonio would be overnight Friday night into Saturday morning. So, well, most people are sleeping, so that's a good thing. But might want to put that car into something just in case we get that hail. All right, so right now, no hail, no storms. We just have warm temperatures. 82 San Antonio Airport, Stinson at 81. East winds at 15, so it's kind of breezy out there. Usually is during the evening. And the dew point's at 73, so that humidity's up there at 74%. It is a little sticky outside, mainly because those temperatures are so warm, so that dew point can be much higher, raising that humidity also. Everyone else, well, we're still looking at 90s for Del Rio, 93, 91 Eagle Pass. Pierce, Alcatula, Carrizo Springs, we're all in the triple digits today, down to the upper 80s right now. Mostly lower 80s and around Bexar County. Upper 70s for New Braunfels, Seguin, Bernie, all 79. 81 in Kerrville, 70 in Junction, though. That's where you have to go to find the coolest temperatures. Of course, that's normal, but it's a big difference. 70 in Junction, 93 in Del Rio. Any more cooler? Yes, it'll come by the end of the weekend. It's so hot just because of the placement of the jet stream right now. Got a pretty strong storm that's going to be moving in just to our northeast, so it's driving those temperatures up out ahead of that. So that's why we're seeing the temperatures going up so much, but behind the front, we're going back into the 60s for highs on Sunday. I'll show you the 14-day in a little bit. Humidity forecast. It's kind of humid out there right now. Tomorrow, it's going to feel very humid, very hot. We're going to have temperatures likely in the low 90s again. So dew points way up there, tropical side. And then dropping on Saturday as that front comes through, and you see them tumble all the way down to the 40s or less, probably in the 30s for dew points as we head into Sunday and Monday. Chilly morning, too. I believe it was Sunday morning. Low in the low 40s for San Antonio. I'll get to that in a little bit, but the humidity rises once again through the next work week. So here is the radar right now. Just leftover, there's a shower that formed there in the northern hill country. That's now out of here. So it was there for about an hour or so right after our 6 o'clock newscast. A little surprise, little shower there. But we did think there might be an isolated shower storm in the hill country, and there it was. The weather is coming from the north and from the west. I'm going to show you that in a second. Here's one example. The Storm Prediction Center puts out the severe weather outlook. Here it was for today and right now, where it's yellow, that's slight, just outside of that marginal, and that's clipping the hill country. I'm thinking we're not going to see it now, but that's where it is right now. But notice as we head into tomorrow, it's going to drop a little bit further south, including San Antonio, all the hill country, close to Del Rio and Valverde County. Hello, and Durst. And you can see, but most of the worst of the weather, that's where you have the orange and the, I call it bright orange, almost red. That's where the moderate severe weather outlook is from the Storm Prediction Center. That's actually heading into late tomorrow night into Saturday morning. So it looks like the majority of the storms are going to pass to our north and northeast as that system gets going. Thankfully, not for us. Arkansas looks like they're under the gun once again. They've had a lot of rough weather lately. Where is Bill? I have no idea. All I know is he's not here. He's somewhere. All right. What? Live studio audience here asking me questions. If a weatherman has cataracts, are all his weather forecasts partly cloudy? I guess to the weatherman it is, yeah. I don't think I have cataracts yet, but I'm not wearing my glasses. But I can see things okay. I like that joke. Thank you, Tony. All right, so here's the water vapor imagery. You can see the spin right over top of the Four Corners region. So over top of Utah, Arizona, New Mexico, and Colorado. That's going to be moving our direction. That's the upper low associated with the system that's going to push that cold front through. And you can see that huge drop along the west coast, the winds or the clouds going from the north to the south. And that's all that cold air funneling down. We got all the heat here. And because it's such a difference in pressure and temperature, that's what's going to cause these storms to develop. A lot of instability that's going to move through. The cap in the atmosphere has kind of kept a lid on it today, but it looks like tomorrow in the evening into the overnight, it'll likely break for some storms, but definitely going to do so to the northeast of here. Sure thing, Kevin. It's always my pleasure to fill in for Bill. Always love doing weather. All right, let's talk about some storms now. Futurecast. This is showing Friday at 1 a.m. This model is showing some showers, maybe some thunderstorms developing in the extreme western part of our area during the overnight tonight, but doubtly going to become severe. You'll notice as I move it, the weekend's pretty quick, so we'll see if that actually happens and verifies, but I'm not thinking it's going to be anything much there. Most of us are going to see a mostly cloudy overnight, just humid, temperatures mostly in the 70s, and as you wake up tomorrow morning, could have a few isolated showers left over from any storms that are forming off to the west, but I'm thinking in the morning it's going to be fine. Maybe just a shower, clouds, drizzle, usual kind of thing that we get in the summertime. Not the drizzle, but it looks like we're going to have enough moisture in the air for that tomorrow. And then as we head through the day, a lot of the clouds break up, and here is Friday afternoon. Tomorrow afternoon, notice the clouds break up. See temperatures again well into the 90s for many of us. 80s in the hill country, could have some triple digits in our southern counties, depending on how much sunshine and how long that lasts, but it's going to be another humid day. But notice most of us are dry through the afternoon tomorrow. I'll get to that Saturday morning in just a second there, Drew. Saturday morning drive up. Is that the same time as Friday morning drive or later? But anyway, you'll see in just a minute. So here's Friday night into Saturday morning. Here's Saturday at midnight. Once again, we have those storms forming off to the west. So western hill country, I don't think on for the thunderstorms tomorrow night, and that's where we'll have a better chance for any severe storms. The main threat out of those, large damaging hail, straight line wind threat, it's up there, but it's not as high as the hail. The tornado threat has now been pushed further to the north and east out of our area. So we can't rule it out here, but it does not look like that's likely to happen. But as those storms move through during the overnight, here we go, they weaken as they push to the north and east. So it looks like the front's going to push through late in the overnight, early in the morning Saturday, so it could be 3, 4, 5 a.m. in San Antonio. So mostly while everyone's sleeping, but it looks like the storms would weaken by then. So it doesn't look like they should be severe at that point. We don't have the daytime heating from the sun, so the timing is working out so they wouldn't be as bad. So that's good news. So that's morning drive time for you, Drew. Pretty much, if it's really early morning, that's that. But over the next couple of hours beyond that, looks like the showers move out or move to the east, and you'll see that there. But the timing could change a little bit. So Saturday morning, could have some showers still hanging about, maybe an isolated thunderstorm. That's about it. And then during the day on Saturday, the front has already pushed through, but this model has some residual moisture behind it. So it's showing the chance for a shower or thunderstorm during the afternoon on Saturday, but that would not be severe because the atmosphere is much more stabilized. You see temperatures in the 50s in the hill country by the end of the day, 70s, 60s, 70s, and maybe a few low 80s to the south, but that's about it. Much cooler on your Saturday. What's up, Ramiro? Hope you're having a good night. And so as we move further down the road, that'll clear out, and then by Sunday, everything looks just fine. But it will be much cooler. You'll see that in the 14-day. So pretty active couple of days. Hopefully, we get some rainfall. We definitely need it. The drought report comes out every Thursday, so this is fresh today. Notice we have exceptional drought conditions in about the same spot as it was last week. So not much improvement, even with that rain that we had. So we really need a lot of more rain. Really need a drought buster to come through. Really as much rain as in a stalling tropical system to get out of this. So it's going to take a while. We're going to need a huge change in the overall weather pattern. And it looks like Valverde County getting a little bit of exceptional drought conditions also. That's the worst category. Besides that, most everyone is in extreme. So still deep in that drought. Hail Saturday, there's that chance, Drew, but I'm thinking it's not going to be all that much for San Antonio. The chance is higher in the hill country. But we'll fine-tune that as we get closer, of course, but it's changing a little bit. Doesn't look as bad as it looked yesterday. So that's definitely some good news. All right, so for tonight, we've got the clouds returning. Very humid. Feels kind of sticky out there. Very warm, too. 72 overnight tonight. Southeast winds about 5 to 15 miles per hour. Sunset, of course, it already happened. That's near 8 o'clock. Hopefully not so windy. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be all that windy. Sunday is going to be a little breezy, but I don't think that bad. 3-day forecast. Here's Friday again. 91 for a high. Afternoon thunderstorms, isolated in the afternoon, really overnight into Saturday. That's when we're seeing that 60% chance. And Saturday, a low of 60, a high of 74. Really, I think we hit that high likely earlier in the day. We see the temperatures drop during the afternoon. So likely seeing the low later in the day into the overnight. And then Sunday, behind the front, winds at about 15 to 20, partly cloudy skies, and highs of 66. Pretty nice. I think it's a nice break for the heat. Once again, David said, what do you call a dog magician, a labracadabra? Labracadabrador. I like that. What's no, you don't like that one? Did you guys hear that? What do you call a dog magician? A labracadabrador. That's a tough word to say. All right, here's that 14-day notice. We have 2 red days, weather impact alert days, tomorrow and Saturday for the threat for severe storms. There's that 66 Sunday. Then as we head into the beginning of the work week, we have mostly sunny skies Monday, Tuesday, highs rising through the 70s. By Wednesday and Thursday, we're back into the 80s, low 80s Wednesday, mid 80s Thursday. And by the next weekend and the rest of that forecast, it's all partly cloudy skies for the most part. No chances for rain, unfortunately, and highs back into the middle and upper 80s. So pretty easy forecast for that second week there. But the next 2 days, going to have to keep an eye on it. Of course, we're going to do that. Just joined. How is Seguin and San Marcos looking like? Missed my question. I might have, Grace, I'm scrolling up to find Grace's question. It is not there. I do not see anything from Grace. Did you have a question? Feel free to type it again. Adeline, is that how you say Adeline? So Seguin and San Marcos, for the most part tomorrow, isolated shower storm possible late in the day. Better chance overnight tomorrow night into Saturday morning. Temperatures in the low 90s for highs tomorrow, but then clearing out Saturday at least. Isolated shower storm possible left over on Saturday behind the cold front, but much cooler with a high of only 74. And then Sunday, back down to the mid 60s for highs. All right, I'm going to give Grace a few more seconds. Hello, Janet. Good evening. How are you? So, ECS is off tonight, so Henry will have your news. And Nate is here tonight. I believe he was out. Oh, he'll be in studio tonight, but he was out live doing some Final Four stuff earlier today. He'll be back in studio for some sports. Any storms overnight tonight? I would say the chance is very, very low. The Hill Country could see an isolated storm, but that's about it. Most of us will not. It's dry night. Glad you got the question in. All right. So we'll see you at 10. If not, I believe Paul Morales will be here tomorrow morning. So if you don't see us at 10, have a great night. And definitely come back tomorrow. We'll have an update on the storm situation. All right. Bye-bye, guys.